Let's go Rams and Raiders before we get to the Sunday night football game. Rams 20, Raiders 15. Rams move to 2-4. Raiders fall to 2-5. Discuss.
Another crazy game, only without the high expectations. It was a little bit like the 49ers Chiefs, except it's not between two contenders, just against two sort of fairly bad teams for different reasons, struggling through the season with turnovers and crazy high leverage plays and injuries and everything all folded into one.
As I said yesterday, the two best quarterbacks in the 4 o'clock window both got injured early, Jaden Daniels and Aiden O'Connell. O'Connell, broken thumb. Looks like he's going to miss some time. Gardner Minshew came in to replace him. Goes 50. Man, you just never know what you're going to get from Minshew. 15 of 34 for 154, 3 picks in there.
Yeah. Jordan Rodriguez had a tweet that said, Cobie Durant's first half. Pass breakup on 3rd down that held the Raiders to a field goal. Then an interception that set up a touchdown. And then a strip sack on a blitz that was scooped for a touchdown by Kamren Curl. So Kamren Curl and Cobie Durant both had monster games for the Rams defense.
Curl had the Raiders ended up with 5 field goals in this game as well. It was 20-12. The Rams missed a field goal that would have put them up 2 scores. And all of a sudden the Raiders still have life. They drive all the way down, and it was Quentin Lake and Cam Curl again with 2 big plays back to back that essentially forced the Raiders into field goal number 5 to make it 20-15, and that was it on the scoring. So, Rams offense, they really struggled because one of the touchdowns for the Rams, Kyren Williams finds the end zone on a 13-yard score, but it's also that strip sack for a touchdown. That was pretty much it. Kyren Williams finds the end zone again later, but Rams struggled to move the ball consistently. Had the defensive touchdown that essentially ends up the difference in the game.
Kyren Williams keeps his touchdown streak alive, which is up there. I think he tied Priest Holmes or moved one step ahead of Priest Holmes? But the only running backs ahead of him on this consecutive touchdown streak are LaDainian Tomlinson and some other Hall of Famer.
He's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's been good. Pedestrian outing again for Stafford, when we talk about the injuries, and Sam, I think we said this the last couple of years, there's been a bunch, but they are coming in bunches to position groups and everything, right? I mean, the fact it's still a struggle for the Rams with no Cooper Kupp, no Puka Nacua, Tyler Johnson's making a few plays here and there, but it's tough to get the dependability of Tyler Johnson, Tutu Atwell, Colby Parkinson, Demarcus Robinson, every single week and having an effective pass game.
And Parkinson, for some reason, was basically sitting on the sideline for most of this game. The 3 leaders in terms of receiving snaps for the Rams were Tyler Johnson, Demarcus Robinson, and Tutu Atwell. That shouldn't be functioning as a passing game.
And as I mentioned, old friend Austin Gale is going to move on from depressing Deshaun Watson tweets to depressing Raiders tweets. So what did I have here? I didn't give it to our production crew. But Raiders running backs are averaging minus 0.37 EPA per rush. That's the second lowest mark for any team in weeks 1 through 7 since at least 2000.
Alexander Madison had a solid game.
Yeah, it's better than it was. I mean, it's because it started out the fact that they're at minus 0.37 EPA per play, it was closer to half a point. It was 0.5
I just
the first
love
few weeks.
When we were at Circa Sportsbook before the season, and we were looking at all the the available projections and bets and sort of awards things. Zamir White was what was he, 5th, 3rd, something ridiculous.
He had the 5th best. Do you say best or lowest?
He was the 5th most likely person apparently to lead the league in rushing this year. That there were 2 sort of lines that stood out as insane. That one was one of them. We were both like, what? And then the other one was Derrick Henry was in the same ballpark. Derrick Henry was 4th maybe, or no. Derrick Henry might have been lower than Zamir White.
I think he was, but you understand why, because the theory was that Derrick Henry is going to share some rushing yards with the Ravens, the way they play.
Right. But
and Zamir White's going to be the bell cow for the Raiders? Maybe?
There were 2 things that stood out as crazy. The optimism that the Lions had that Zamir White was going to have a good season, and the pessimism that they had that Derrick Henry could lead the league in rushing. only one of which is really actionable, right? Like the clear bet to be had there is, well, I'm going to go and put money on Derrick Henry leading the league in rushing. You can't really put money on Zamir White not, which I would have done if that was an option. But both those things are looking reasonably good at this point.
Brock Bowers remains really good.
Yes.
Is he leading the league in catches yet?
Two rookies. Brock Bowers looked amazing, and Jared Verse continues to look really good for the Rams.
Yes, he definitely does. Really quick, I'm trying to see where Brock Bowers is with in tight ends. So Brock Bowers has 47 catches, 13 more than any other tight end in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
What's his pace? A million? It's a good pace.
Yeah.
He has 477 receiving yards. That's 102 yards more than any other tight end as well, and 23 first downs plus touchdowns, 4 more than anyone else in the league. George Kittle second in all of those categories. So Brock Bowers already looks outstanding. That'll be a nice piece for next year's starting quarterback for the Raiders.
Yeah.
To throw to.
Absolutely.
I got no more use for this game.
Done.
Let's go Sunday Night Football. Something's happened. Bottles flying. Someone being attacked over there. Just yell if you need help.
Thanks for watching all the way to the end of our video.
For more great content, click here to subscribe and here to watch another video. We'll see you again soon.